Hey.
Hey.
Welcome
Wow.
back to this week's episode, guys.
Hey guys.
Today we have a guest on, a very special guest, actually.
Wow. Thank you. That's so nice of you to say.
She is one of my clients, kind of. I shot a wedding for you, or, well, not a wedding.
My
Your
wedding.
Yeah. Very, very different.
Only the best day of my life.
Also mine.
Oh.
Your dessert spread was insane.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. But we have Casey.
Yay. Hey. That's great.
So,
So,
what's up? How was the drive here?
it was glorious. Actually, it was beautiful. I left the city.
Wait, a little closer.
Hoboken.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
There we go.
I left the city and it was further than I thought. I didn't give myself much time to get ready, but that's why I was a little late.
It's fine.
Came out here and it's like a little fantasy world. I made a left on Gingerbread Castle Road.
Did you see the gingerbread castle?
No.
There's a castle.
Oh,
That's why it's called Gingerbread Castle.
All right,
It's an old abandoned theme park.
Oh my god.
It actually looks very creepy. There's like a Humpty Dumpty there. There's like a dragon. There's a literal
Wow.
castle.
Is Shrek there?
No. It's older than that. This is from the
okay.
40s or something like that. It's been abandoned for like 50 years.
Creepy.
Actually, would you like to see photos of it? It's horrific.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm hooked. Wow. Yeah, no, it felt very like a fantasy world out west New Jersey.
So this is right out. Oh wait, no, not that.
Well, those look like nice gingerbread castles.
No, those are actual.
Yeah.
There we go. Hold on. So that's the
Oh.
castle. That's right outside my house there.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
where's the photos of?
How did I miss this?
Yeah, I know, right?
I was so focused on where I was going.
Most people are like, "Yo, what's that cat?" Oh, here's the Humpty Dumpty.
That
Yeah, it's.
will be in my nightmares.
Yeah, I've seen photos of way back in the day though, like black and white, and they're
Wow.
very like. Eee.
So this was a legitimate theme park.
Yeah, theme park
And-
attraction, something like that.
Since closed. They should like film movies there. That looks like a good place to film some creepy.
I'd love to find somebody to talk to and see if we can get like a Halloween kind of thing going on
like a
there.
haunted house.
You know, when we first moved in, I would sit here at night and be horrified at just the idea of potentially hearing like carnival music.
Yeah, children
You know?
laughing.
Oh my god. One of the photos that I
That's
saw was actually
terrifying.
like young children. I mean, okay, here's one with young children.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
what is that? Looks.
Do they look scared or?
I don't know,
or
but
wowed?
this guy right here is. Don't. Who is that?
I don't know. That's some Peter Pan witch. Like,
That looks like Peter Pan from like the morbid kind of folklore of you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
That's that Peter Pan.
The original
Yeah.
Peter Pan.
The one who
Yeah.
kidnaps children.
Creepy. Yep.
Yeah.
They had to change the stories to make them more
Yeah,
children
it's
acceptable.
I've always wanted to go like to the castle like at night or something and like take some really creepy pictures, but I could never have
Totally.
someone to go with. And I've had like friends sleep over and I'm like, dude, let's go, like, or like to the train tracks that are back there, and they're like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh my god.
But
It's something your son will do when he has like friends sleep over. He's like, I dare you to go.
oh no, he's gone to hang out a bunch of times. I had to go out there once because he would go and hang out in the woods
Oh my god.
and just like dig hole. Like he dug a hole so deep,
Yeah.
I had to go and be like, no more digging.
Oh my god.
He would just go back there, just you know, city kid.
Yeah,
But now he's like,
he did his
you know.
thing.
But one night I came home from work and I was like, where's Aiden? And my wife is like, he's still out in the woods. And I was like, Catherine, it's dark. So I went out there,
Like I called him.
bro. I went out
Didn't
there
come back.
into the woods, and there's a train track back there, but like freight trains, right? So it's not dark yet, but it's like that blue hour, you know.
Yeah, that's
And there's a train coming, like through the mist during blue hour, just plumes of smoke everywhere. It looked like a ghost train, and I was so upset, not because he was out past curfew, but because now I have to go out into the woods, and there's this ghost train, just
yeah.
you know.
It's
And I'm
scary.
like, dude, are you? And I go out and I'm like, Aiden, like,
Where are you?
He's like walking around
Oh
with
my
just his
God.
phone flashlight. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Not prepared at all.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, this is why, eventually when we decide to have children, like I'm going to be constantly worried. I don't know.
You know
Maybe
what? You know what
not.
it is. I hear parents always say like, "Oh, my kid would never." Those parents are dumb.
No, they're
Because your kid will.
unrealistic.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah,
of course.
exactly.
Well, I don't know. I think I'll be a good mom. Growing up in an Italian household, I had an Italian tiger mom.
I feel like there's a stereotype of Italians being great mothers.
Yeah,
You know, like
there
that's
is.
a
That's
thing.
a good stereotype.
Yeah, for
though,
sure, for
right?
sure. Like that's like the movies, the storylines, they all kind of revolve around this like core mother
Yeah.
figure that the family revolves around like the mother or the grandmother.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
would say very matriarchal.
Yeah, yeah.
Culture.
It's very cool.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I mean, I call us Jersey Italians because
I feel like
I grew up. It's different.
that's a different Italian.
Like
yeah.
I don't speak Italian,
Hey. Yeah.
but I call it like prosciutto or galamad
Yeah, yeah.
or mozzarella. So that's the kind of Italian we are. I know in like real Italy they don't call it those things. It's mozzarella. I'm like
Yeah, who needs real Italy when you have Jersey though? You know,
exactly.
It's so far.
It's far. It's far. So it was. That's how it was. And like for example, so I grew up. There's 3 of us. I have 2 older brothers, and then I'm the youngest. And we have a pretty significant age gap. It's like 6 years before my next brother, and then like 9 years before the oldest. So, when I was born, like part of the reason my mom was like, all right, we'll try another one was because my dad was like, don't you want to plan a wedding? Like, don't you want to have a little girl so that one day you can plan her wedding?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what got her because, she was ready. She was set. She was like, I'm good. I don't need any more. My dad's like, one more time. Let's try.
So she was more excited than you were planning out the wedding, I'm sure.
Well, this was her wedding. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I knew this was my destiny from the get-go.
Oh, that's awesome.
So having that big Italian wedding was just
Yeah.
part of the plan.
For sure. That's so dope.
And I just had to find a partner who was, at least
That's the tricky
willing
part.
to go along with
Yeah.
it, which my darling husband was. But it was fun. I mean, wedding planning is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But you didn't seem like you were like a bridezilla. Like you seemed
No.
very like go
No.
with the flow, very like chill.
Not my vibe. Bridezilla is not my thing. So
That's the way to do it on. Because
Yeah.
here's the way I always, I shoot a fair amount of weddings, and I
Yeah.
always tell them like in like those like consultation calls or whatever. Because you start planning out like this is where we're gonna take pictures, and this is where we're gonna do this, and I'm like, okay, but hold on now, all right, just be warned, whatever can happen will happen. So on the day of, don't get all fussy.
Out of your
Just
control.
enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy whatever happens, and we do what we can, and what we can't. Whatever can't get done won't get done.
yeah.
Like because otherwise, what are you gonna be in your pictures like scowling?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like.
At that point,
Yeah, you just go with.
In
I'm
God's
a big
hands.
go with the flow kind of guy too. I don't like to
have
be
to be.
upset at things. You just,
yeah, no.
especially not on your wedding day, dude.
No,
That's
exactly,
crazy.
Exactly.
You seemed so at peace.
Oh, I had the best time.
Yeah, I mean, so did I.
I'm so glad. I mean, everybody said they were like, you genuinely looked like you were having the best time,
You
and I was
really
like,
did.
I was. I mean, we'll get there, but there was a video of me doing air guitar, which is
Really?
one of my favorites, and it was in the video.
I don't even remember this.
To watch, and it's literally me like this, which is like one of my go-to dance moves if there's like a sick guitar solo. So
It's not the lift. That's not the go-to.
yeah, I'll tell you about that first dance. It was funny. We practiced for a good 45 minutes before.
Real. I remember you saying you
The
choreographed
night
that, yeah.
before. We did like, picking the music to picking your first dance was another thing that was, fun to do. But then I was like, I don't want us to get up there and like look,
Goofy.
like idiots.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I mean it's a big deal. You have a bunch of people watching.
All
like,
eyes on you. Yeah.
oh yeah. So I'm like, we got to make it fun. So I'm telling you, we did watch a couple.
Was it Dirty Dancing inspired?
No.
No? That's such a classic.
You know, actually maybe a little bit.
Maybe subconsciously.
Yeah. I mean, we needed a lift in there. We needed a wow factor.
Honestly, the wow factor for me, just from my perspective on camera, was the dip.
Oh yeah.
Just the way it happened, I just happened to be coming around at the perfect angle, and as I started to pull back, he dipped you. And like,
wow.
If you listen to the raw audio, you could probably hear me go, oh, because had I been behind you, it wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah.
But it's just as I was pulling away, I was like, I went to Ashley and I was like, I fucking got it.
You got the shot. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's sick because we had a lift, we had a dip. We didn't make it complicated. Like,
No.
We did the same thing twice with a little bit of.
But why would you? Keep it simple. It's not like you were going to be graded on it. Like there was no scorecards there.
Except, did you notice at the Venetian they have like projector screens?
Yeah.
And so that was an option to add on if you wanted to. And I was like, what is this, a hockey game? I'm like, what is this, a Super Bowl? But it was like kind of part of the package. So we were like, all right, we'll do it. And he was like, I could just do it for the first dances so that everybody could see, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was funny. Like one of Ryan's friends were like, oh, I feel like we're Dancing with the Stars. Like, I was just sitting there like watching.
But then it's like,
so funny.
you're like, should I look over there, over there?
Yeah. I try not to get in my head about that too much.
I mean, I could see how you easily would, because then you're like, oh, I totally would. There's a reason I'm here. It's my good side. Yeah. So I would definitely be looking at the screen while I'm dancing. Like,
well, especially you knowing what you know, like you're always thinking about where's the best shot.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So like you would be more in tune to.
Yeah, I couldn't do the screens, I guess. I'd be like, the camera should be over there, like,
No, I was very much like
in the moment,
performing.
Oh, no. Excuse me.
Yeah. So I mean, back to wedding planning, because that was quite an experience. Is everything good?
No, yeah.
Okay. We're good. So you think about it. This time last year, I was kind of in the thick of it, right? Planning. And you're right in saying, yes, my mom kind of, helped here and there. But I ultimately had to make a lot of the decisions. And
sure.
I definitely had decision fatigue. I was like, I don't even know. Making a decision about something I've also never done before. So I'm kind of like, yeah, this looks okay. This looks okay.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't the girl who
fingers crossed
had a binder. It's like, this is what I want my flowers to look like and my cake. I was just like, I know I want it to be something classic, like very traditional. I went for just like, we had a church wedding. We had a nice big celebration. Like it was a very traditional type of wedding. And I think the hardest part, though, was making these decisions about things that I just didn't really know.
Yeah, and you only get one shot.
Yeah.
And there's no read. Well, hopefully there's no redos.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm never doing it again. I already said it's that second marriage. No,
speaking of
just
the
kidding,
church.
I love you.
Speaking of the church, the ceremony. Wow.
Yeah.
There was a moment there where, I don't know about the general audience.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a moment for myself, Ashley, and the other photographers of pure anxiety. Because there was a kiss. There was a premature kiss.
Oh.
Do you not remember
ceremony?
this?
No. Oh, God.
At some point in the ceremony, he goes,
kiss?
How about a kiss?
Oh.
You don't remember this?
I don't know. We kissed a lot that day.
Dude, no, but this was like, because you got to think, as a photographer, videographer, for the most part, you're like, couple of pictures, but you need the kiss. Like if there was any photos throughout the day that I didn't get, you might have been like, hey, did you happen to get a photo of this? But if there was nothing of the kiss, you'd be like,
oh yeah,
that's the thing.
Right.
Like ultimately you hire us for that.
Yeah.
Everything else just kind of surrounds that moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're not we're in the middle and we're a few minutes in. And he goes, how about a kiss?
Oh my God.
And me, Ashley, and the other photographers, we all looked at each other like, oh my God, because we were so unprepared.
A surprise kiss?
Yeah, we were like, ah! It was everybody just threw their cameras up and just like,
That's so funny.
Yeah, and we were all like, was that the kid? And then it kept on going, and we're like, oh, I guess there's gonna be another one. You don't remember this, dude?
No.
Oh my.
That's so funny. You probably shouldn't kiss before you do the whole, exchanging of the
I was like,
ring.
what was that,
Oh my
dude? It caught us
God.
so off guard. I mean, I don't know how
Sorry.
the other photographers felt, but it looked like they panicked as much as me and Ashley did.
Yeah.
'Cause you-
Father Vinny's a wild card.
Oh my God.
He was great. He was so
You know,
good.
I
But
mean,
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, dude. It was, I mean, it was pretty epic in the sense that when it kept going afterwards, we were all relieved and we were like, that was intense. You know?
Well, was that the picture? Because, not calling anyone out, but as a videographer, photographer, like, you always want to avoid getting another camera in your shot. So, like,
Oh, is
when
this
you
the one that
guys,
I-
that you posted.
So that camera was no shade
No,
on that.
no, of
That
course.
camera was a stationary camera. That one was on
Okay,
a tripod.
okay. Yeah,
so that's,
yeah.
That's kind of like a backup angle.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which
You
luckily,
just got it.
luckily we didn't need because that also failed. You know.
Okay, it's okay.
But yeah, you typically want to try to avoid
Getting other
iPads in the way. That's a big one.
Can't
Things
believe
like that. Yeah.
iPad.
That's every time I see it, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like
no,
that should
why
be
are you doing
illegal.
that? Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Like phone is one thing, and like my mom tried to make it an unplugged ceremony, like in our.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, she tried, but you'll see a couple uncles with their phones out, and we're like,
I saw this one video on Instagram where the bride and groom were walking down the aisle after the ceremony. They were walking back down the aisle, and it was like it almost looked like very rehearsed. It was very majestic spin and dip or something like that,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like a nice big like smooch at the bottom. It
okay,
was very
yeah,
very like okay.
this is it. Yeah.
Right in the moment where it happened, somebody stepped out into the middle of the aisle with their phones. And the videographer was like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" And like, I get it. Everybody wants like the
They're
memory.
excited,
They think
right.
they're doing a good thing, but like ultimately, some of these photographers, they're charging
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of, and it's like you pay somebody for all this, and then your uncle gets in like, it's like, come on, dude.
No, I think and you're like, in what world do you think you're getting a better picture?
Dude,
than,
seriously,
like, the
right?
photographer,
Like-
it's gonna come out blurry. I guarantee it.
And honestly, like even if it's a good picture, it's not gonna be better from the side angle. Just take it from there, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
I've
know.
I've
You've
dealt
seen
with
a lot.
of that.
No,
yeah.
I want to get into that for sure because I'm very curious about your perspective of it. Like, for example, you noticed something that like I didn't even think about. I didn't remember it. Like it wasn't like something went wrong, but
no, it didn't go wrong. It's just we thought. I mean, we didn't think it
Yeah.
was going wrong. We were like, we just weren't prepared. Because usually, you have like keywords leading up to it and stuff.
Right,
like
right.
You
You
speak
know
to the
what to
guys
look for.
beforehand.
Yeah.
So you're kind of, and you're there for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're not recording
a
the whole
full
thing.
mass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you look for moments, you find people's expressions, and
Right,
you
right.
look for that kind of stuff to add into it.
Yeah.
But you're not just rolling the whole time.
Right.
So there's times where you just kind of you sit back and
we're
you look
watching.
around, you
Yeah.
wait, and then all of a sudden he's like kiss, and you're like wait,
Turn it back on.
what?
Yeah.
So it was really like
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, we got all the shots.
yeah we did luckily.
But no, it was a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. That
The
church.
church was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I walked in, I was like, oh my god. I mean,
It's
no,
beautiful.
I don't want to use the Lord's name in vain
No.
specifically for
I
that.
think, I
but-
think. Oh my God, in a church is actually
Yeah.
okay. But no, my parents actually got married there. My grandparents actually got married there too.
Really? Wow.
So it was very special. Yeah.
I did not. Wow, that makes it
Yeah.
so much cooler, dude. That's
know.
crazy.
I know. Like we had these little moments that were like.
Oh my god, do they all have the
forever.
photos?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we should.
You
yeah.
should. Yes, dude. That's
Match 'em
so
all up.
dope. Oh my god.
I know. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure my aunt was telling me she also got married there because my mom grew up in Hoboken. So I grew up going there, and family was there, and
Yeah, yeah.
St. Anne's Church was somewhere we would go all the time. They had every July they have a St. Anne's feast where they have Zeppelis, and it's like a little carnival. And my family always grew up going there every summer, so it's a special place for me and my family.
sure.
And I think that my grandparents' wedding was entirely in Italian. The whole
Whoa.
wedding was in Italian.
That sounds pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it is.
Yeah.
I know, it's kind of funny. But yeah, it was nice. I mean, and the music was amazing. The singer, she sang the Ave Maria.
Yes.
It was like, I feel like it was reverberating.
You feel it.
You felt it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Ugh,
It was
that's
great.
so dope.
So
That's so, it's so cool that you even had the opportunity to kind of like recreate like this like generational like moment. Like it's such a big moment for I mean obviously for you and I'm sure for your mom, and like it's such a big memorable thing, and to just have it reoccurring over and over, it seems,
it's,
I don't know,
yeah.
like that's not something that everybody could just do.
Right.
You know, for a variety of reasons. You know,
Exactly.
life
No.
happens, people move, you know,
Yeah.
you find yourself in different financial circumstances. You might not be able to,
Absolutely.
you know,
afford
so
it.
it's
Yeah,
I think it's
sure.
so dope that you can do that.
It's cool.
You got to keep
was
it going
cool.
like
I
forever.
know. I will try.
You know, like that could never stop.
Oh, I know.
You know?
I know. It's one of those priceless memories,
Yes,
right?
1,000%.
You can't buy it.
But
It's
you
just,
have to put the photos together.
I know. We'll get that.
You
That
know?
would be cute. Yeah, that'd be
You got to
really nice.
build like a library. You know?
Okay.
Love like book after book after book of,
Yeah.
you know? Did you get a wedding album made?
We did. We got a small one. But we'll see. Well, I want like a bigger one. That's a story for another time.
Cheat
That's
code.
a story for
Cheat
another.
code. If you have
Did
the photos,
Ashley
you could
tell you
just-
about?
She
We don't have to go into it.
she mentioned a few. I don't know the specifics, but she, you know.
She could not wait to tell you. I was like, no, please tell him. Tell him.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, that seems,
Off.
yeah, but you know, everybody has their own way of,
The pictures came out beautiful.
you know.
The video came out beautiful. I mean, the video too, like watching it just like told the story. It was beautiful.
And you know, it's funny. If I recall correctly,
yeah.
I think video was kind of a last minute decision for you, wasn't it?
It was a little bit later. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was maybe like the last 3 months before the wedding. And I was like, you know what? I really would want this type of memory.
It's, you know, it's tricky because, like, I can't argue more for one over the other. Because with like photography, I mean, like I have these like books myself, even these are like trips that I've gone on, and I make my own little like photo books with them, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, when you have photos like digitally, they get lost in the cloud until Google one day is like, remember this, you know? But if you do have some physical way,
To remember things.
you know, it's such a special like keepsake, you know,
Yeah.
and you see one photo and you remember all of the things surrounding that photo. So many other memories kind of sprout up.
Yeah.
But then with video, it's so like vivid.
It's live.
Yeah, it's like it
Yeah.
really puts you back in like the space. Like you feel the emotion so much more,
It's true.
you know? So it's hard
true.
to argue one over the other, but I always tell people like you're gonna want it. You're gonna just do it.
100%. 100%.
You know?
I definitely like talking to my friends who are also planning their weddings. I'm like, it's a must.
Yeah. The trap though is there's some wedding videographers. It's kind of a dying breed nowadays, luckily, but some people just do like documentary style wedding video, where it's just like a 5 hour long,
No.
just every moment that happens, like,
No.
you know, because I
I don't need
remember
that.
in, you know, I mean, again, not so much nowadays, but, you know, just a few years back,
Yeah.
when I would tell, they'd be like, how long is it? And I'd tell, you know, like somewhere between like 5 and 10 minutes, like a music video-esque is very,
Right.
you know,
Highlight.
just telling the
Yeah,
story, you know?
yeah.
And people would be like, that's it? And I'm like, how long of a video do you want? Like 'cause you're not going to watch it.
Like the raw footage? Like,
Yeah,
is that what you want?
Yeah, you're not going to watch it. Like I
No.
can, you know, we can do that. I mean, I'm not doing that, you know,
No, no,
but,
no.
but that's an option. But when you have something 5-10 minutes, you can
It's
just be like, let's,
the most important
yeah,
parts,
yeah.
really.
And if
No.
somebody didn't make it to your wedding, check this out. Look at this.
Right.
But imagine just sitting through the whole ceremony in 1080p.
No way.
You know?
Absolutely not. No. Well, no, I do feel like that was a thing. I mean, when my parents got married, you know, and even like family parties, there are videos of just like raw footage,
Yeah.
like on
Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah.
But-
that's from back in the day.
Exactly.
You know,
I
exactly.
was like, no, absolutely not. And a lot of other, you know, brides who I had talked to, they were like, you know, it's really nice to watch it on your year anniversary and then play it for your kids. And, you know, it's a special thing that it's, you know, 8 to 10 minutes long, and it just reminds you, brings you back to that day.
You feel the emotion so much more.
It really is. It's,
You know?
it's powerful.
You know, I think that's the the distinguishing kind of factor there. Photos bring back the memories. Video lets you feel the memories.
That's a very
I
good
feel
way
like
to put
somewhere in
it.
there there's a t-shirt.
Ooh.
You know?
Some merch. Yeah.
Should I call my wife? Cricket?
Merch, yeah. Get her on it. Yeah. We need the merch.
Yeah, seriously.
We need
got to remember that.
podcast
Well, I guess I don't
merch.
have to remember it. It's
Here.
recorded.
It's
yeah.
here. Don't worry. You'll remember
I was
it.
about to write it down.
No.
Okay, wait. Hold that thought real quick.
Go ahead.
It's a low budget podcast. And we're back.
Back.
Oh my God. That was the wrong one.
I love
That was the wrong one.
That one was great.
You know, I just...
do the right one. That was hilarious.
I just finally really... this is a new interface I got, I guess from the viewer's perspective a few episodes ago.
Okay.
But I never got around to really like learning the ins and outs of it, but I just figured out how to put my own sound effects in here. So I got a few funny ones. I figure ultimately I'll find like funny things that guests will say and then clip that and use it as like sound drops.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was trying to find like memes and stuff to like add in here. So
Okay, I need to hear them all.
Oh jeez. Okay. We'll go through. There's only like 6 in here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. They're so silly. Ready?
I love it.
I feel I don't
exposed.
No. It's just I just met you, and this is.
It's okay. Just
these nuts.
You know,
that's hilarious.
And then naturally, along with that one,
yeah,
Got him.
perfect.
Right? And then we got
That was legitness.
Love it.
You just heard this one,
Oh my God.
right? We
My
got this
favorite.
one here,
Oh,
Right.
SVU.
and that yes,
Yeah.
and then this one is a custom one. I actually got 2 sound effects and made this one myself.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's so good. No, that's so
So-
funny. I'm cracking up.
So yeah, I just this is a
I
very
need
cool.
to watch that with my face. I was like, and then just farted.
Oh man,
Ryan's gonna like this.
I can't wait to show Ashley.
Yeah.
I'll
this is
call her.
gonna
I'll
be
call her
so-
afterwards and just show her that one clip of you.
Well,
we
those
should
are
call.
all
We
good.
should call her right now.
Do you think, is she busy today?
Who cares? Let's see if she answers.
Okay. We can at least try, right?
Yeah, let's.
So Ashley was in podcast episode 1, and she's best friends with Alex,
See,
and she also shot my wedding.
I wanted to actually have her actually call in because we could have hooked it up and had the audio coming through, but she was like, "Oh, can I?" If she doesn't answer, it's possibly because she knows I'm podcasting right now.
Right.
And she's like, I'm not even
She's
dressed.
not gonna walk into
She's
it.
like, my hair's not made. Or
No, she's not. It's okay.
What a
Ash.
jerk.
It's okay. We still love you.
No, we don't. I'm
Hopefully, I
upset.
get invited again, and we can.
Absolutely.
We'll make another podcast.
Well, we have to set it up with Ashley next time.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We'll play games. We'll do.
Oh, yeah, and she's the worst at the game thing. Last time she was like, we should sing. I was like, what?
No, I know. I know. Oh, she sang.
I had, yeah.
She sang.
See, I had a good game, but she was not good at it.
Mm.
You know what? It was where you say, you count to 3. We could try it if you want. Where you count to 3 and you just say a random word.
Whatever comes to your head. Yeah.
But then you count to 3 again, and then you have to try to find something that those 2 words have in common.
Okay.
And eventually you'll wind up saying the same word.
word.
But Ashley was so bad at it.
Yeah.
Like she would not, the things that she would say could not be further from the
Like
initial.
completely.
Yeah,
Okay. All
like
right. I'm down to try it.
All right, let's try it out. Just on 3,
Okay.
you say whatever pops into your head. And then on 3 again, you try to find something that those 2 things have in common. But it's got to be quick.
Got
That's
it.
the trick, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Water bottle. No.
Come on, dude.
No.
Dude, hey,
Well,
give me some. Give me some, dude.
literally-
Are you kidding me right
Wow.
Are you kidding
we
me?
just beat the game.
now? Well, honestly, I think I might need to trade my friend in. I think Ashley's gone. You're in.
Okay, I'm down. I'm happy.
Okay, wait, let's-
Okay, something
let's try that again.
Literally staring at each other's water bottles, and we're like, water.
But also, of all the things in here, to call that out, you know?
Okay, that's true. All right,
Okay,
I got
okay,
something.
try again. Ready? If we say the same thing again, we're ending the episode.
Okay, okay,
All right,
that's
ready?
it.
1, 2, 3. Coffee.
Sunflower.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Brown.
Soil. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Dirt.
Worms?
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Earth.
Yeah. What you said. No, that was good.
We're trying to.
I was like, I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. We should have just quit after the first one.
I know. That was wild. That was so crazy.
I'm gonna get my water bottle.
Go get your water bottle. Yeah, when you talk for a while. Well, I do want to get into the party aspect of my wedding.
Absolutely, let's go
because
for
I
it.
do want to hear your perspective on it too. So we got married at this beautiful venue called the Venetian.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's stunning. I mean, it's also, if you Google, big Italian wedding, that pops up.
I mean,
and
could there be something more Italian than the Venetian?
Yeah, exactly. So that was all part of the plan, I guess. And it's this big ballroom because we did have about 300 people there, which was a lot of people, and they do a really, really good job. They have a nice big dance floor. They have a beautiful,
they had
outdoor space.
the lighting package was very legit.
Yeah.
Because I actually brought lighting as well.
Okay.
Because sometimes you're kind of like, and you gotta start setting up your own stuff. But they had these strobes and lights,
Yeah.
and I was like, perfect.
Okay, I'm really glad you said that. You want to know why? Because, wedding planning is very expensive, and everything, you wouldn't even believe it. They're like, this is this much and this is this much, and you're just like, at a certain point you're like, okay
Yeah.
whatever. So the lighting package was extra, and me and my husband were like, oh, like, is it something that we need, like blah, blah, blah.
It makes a difference.
And we were like, you know what? Yes, it's a beautiful space. It's a beautiful room. Uplighting is like, can change a space entirely. So we did obviously pay for it. And I'm glad that you said that, because then, I thought it was beautiful anyway. But
here's the way I see it. I always tell people, when people, believe it or not, a lot of people don't even want to get a photographer for their weddings, which is insane. Like, you're spending all this money on essentially a party. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you spend money on the memories of the party? You know?
Yes.
But then when you have something, if the lighting package is an option, and it's always extra, if the lighting package is an option, that's pretty much just for the photo. Like, everybody's going to see you.
yeah.
With or without the lighting, they're going to see you. It's not like you're going to be in the dark.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that just enhances the photography and the video so much. Because
Totally.
lighting is
Everything. No, it's everything.
it's just two of us in here. There's 4 lights hanging off the ceilings.
Wow.
Yeah,
no, it's true. And even like here, you have the red light, you have the blue light.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That
All those little accents they add, and it's almost, you wouldn't necessarily notice it without it at times. Mm-hmm. But then when you see the difference, you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's night and day.
Yeah,
these little
1,000%.
things that, no, I mean, totally. We needed it. I think just for everything.
Also, the artist that you had there.
Oh yeah, we'll get it. Yeah.
Dude, I've seen that so many times online.
Oh.
Never in real life, and that was so exciting. I was like hovering over her. I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome.
It was so cool, right?
It was so sick. And I had a vision, like, from the jump. I was like, Ashley, we need to, like, transition this.
Oh, it was amazing. I noticed it.
Yeah.
I noticed it.
Especially, again, because I got the dip. And then when I saw her painting the dip, I was like, oh my god, there it is.
It was perfect.
Yes.
No, I did. I mean, I cried for the first 3 times that I watched it. I was just like, oh my god. But, like, it's so beautiful. You tell the story, and then you're right. At the end, it's the dip on our first dance, and then you kind of transition from the painting with the dip to the actual.
The painting was such a nice. Do you have it framed?
So we actually have to pick it up.
Oh.
She recently finished, because what she's doing. So to fill our listeners in, she's amazing, and I'll give her information out because she's fantastic. But anyway, she starts kind of painting, the basics of the portrait. Well, I mean, you were looking at over her back the whole time. But then, during these next few months, she'll add detail and kind of, tweak things here and there. So my brother and his wife had it at their wedding. And then my mom was like, oh, I really want to gift this to them. I didn't know it was going to be there. So that was a surprise.
Oh, that must have been a real nice surprise.
It was awesome.
It's fascinating how they can do that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And right at first you said she was gonna like add more details and stuff. Initially I was like, what would she even be doing? But I've also seen people that are like, 1 hour drawing versus 30 hours. And I'm like, what are you drawing for 30 hours? But then when you see the results, you're like, oh, okay, I can see, I mean, Lord knows I've spent, several hours just on one photo. So I get it.
You get it.
Yeah. It's just, it's out of my wheelhouse,
Right.
But
right.
I mean.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I know. So we have to pick it up and we want to like put it in our living room area just for, I don't know, it'll be a nice memory.
Yeah, for sure. Of course. It was really nice. I mean, now, the wall sliding completely out of the way, dude.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So now we're talking.
So did you know that was going to happen specifically?
I did.
Because you were like, they're going to do like a cool thing for dessert.
Yeah. I was like, just stay. I'm like,
yeah.
Put your cameras down. Just stay.
I thought, I don't know. I've seen cool stuff before. Honestly, it was just a wall for me. Like, I've seen like fire shows and like all the, but the
moving
wall. So I turned around, right?
So this is dessert, right? The Venetian does a special thing called the Viennese hour.
Okay.
And this is what happens at the end, right? They come in and there's two gentlemen and they're like doing this banana Foster flambe thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And that was very cool.
Cool. So that's in the middle of the dance floor. And then
I turn around and there's something wrong with my vision. And I was just like, whoa, like for a second, I thought I was dehydrated or something, because the wall is just moving. And it's not like it's a small wall.
Yeah. It's like, a long.
It's an enormous, like it's very tall.
Yeah, it's the whole size of the
like how
room.
I couldn't even, it's enormous.
It's a very tall room.
And I've been here at this point for several hours. Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's anything weird going on with the wall. And the whole wall just slides open. And there's this huge smorgasbord of dessert. At which point I said to Ashley, put the cameras down.
Yeah.
I was we got to get in there.
We got to check this out.
Yeah. And it was I mean, I apologize, but if you notice, there's no footage of dessert in your wedding video.
Okay. I told you. I'm like, just stay. I'm literally like, you got your time's up. Like,
dude, and
just stay.
Me and Ashley were just running around, just grabbing food, just like.
I want to hear about everything.
They had the little sushi fruit things.
That is what I need to hear about because I didn't get it. I know. And in this video of you eating this dessert sushi, we have to play.
No. This is actually before that. This is me.
God.
So when we first get there, I kind of have this thing, right? I mean, you see me, not for nothing. I'm brown. I'm bald. I'm tatted to the knuckles. Like. Okay. I look like a thug.
It's okay. I got some Guido cousins. You were in good.
Dude, but I'm the furthest thing from a thug. Like I've literally, I bake pie. I'm known, like, so this here where I live, it's a community. It's just one circle, right? Everybody's cool with everybody. Yeah. I'm the guy that bakes pies. Oh. I bake pies and I've walked it over to my neighbors like, hey, I am not a thug.
You're the muffin man on Gingerbread Lane.
That's hilarious.
Gingerbread cats. Yes.
I can't believe I never put that together.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
But I'm not a thug.
Yeah.
But I can be perceived as a thug.
People always judge what they don't know.
Dude, anytime it's usually at weddings, there's these like really nice venues, like this people dressed up so like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't belong here. Oh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That being said, if I'm with someone, especially like Ashley, I'll lean into it a little bit.
Yeah.
So here I am sneaking bread from your cocktail hour.
This is so funny. Oh my God. She's like, give me it.
She's like, do you have some?
She knew. Like, Napoleon, I want your tots. Oh my God.
So silly.
Was the bread good?
It was so good.
See, that's the thing, right? It's your wedding. You don't really get to, experience it. Enjoy all the food and this and that.
That's true.
So, yeah, back to the dessert. I need to hear about this dessert sushi. Was it sticky rice? Was it sweet?
I don't even know what the
there
rice looking thing was. No, there
rice
wasn't seaweed. I don't even remember what the rice looking. It might have been pudding. I have no idea. It might have been rice. I don't know.
It was just like a sushi roll.
Yeah, it was a straight up sushi roll. And there was different ones. There was some that had strawberries or some that had bananas, mango. It was insane. I had never seen fruit sushi.
Neither have I.
I've seen a lot of sushi at weddings.
Yeah.
I never saw fruit sushi though. And when I saw it, I was like, is this fucking fruit sushi? And then
They had everything.
And then me and Ashley, we started getting a little crazy, right? Because
Oh my
so they had the chocolate like fountain station where they had like the
chocolate
bananas and
fondue.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then at one point, Ashley looks at me and she goes, "Do you think we can take the fruit sushi to the chocolate fountain?" And I was like, "Oh my God, do you think we can?"
Like, that is genius.
I was like, "Do you think we'll get in trouble?" You know?
Okay, so did you do
I don't
it?
remember. I don't
No,
remember.
I hope you
We might have been too
did.
nervous. We was like, I don't know if that's
no.
allowed. You know?
Oh, please. My friends were like, this was freaking Willy Wonka.
Dude, there was towers of like gummy bears and stuff, like these
Gummy
huge glass
bear,
vases,
cotton
vases.
candy.
It was
Like,
there was so much.
there was so much.
There was so
everything.
much dessert. I don't think I've ever seen that much dessert.
It was like a cocktail hour for
Yeah,
dessert.
like I've seen
Yeah.
some pretty impressive. I mean, your cocktail hour, there was
yeah,
a
it was
lot of
great,
stuff.
a lot of food,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I've seen some really nice cocktail hours. I don't think I've ever seen that much dessert at a wedding though.
Oh yeah.
Like
No,
there
they
was.
do it up.
It's hard to even put it into words, and unfortunately, I have no video evidence because I was just
Yes,
eating
'cause
dessert.
No, you were enjoying. I'm glad. I'm
You know,
very
but-
glad.
Oh, I mean, I might have some Instagram stories. When was
You
your
do.
wedding?
No, you do. November 23rd of 24. That was with the sushi, dessert sushi, where I was like, I need to hear all about that because I got, you know, I was walking around with some cotton candy and then, you know, just passing everything. There was like chocolate covered waffles and
Yeah, it was
ice
it was
cream
all-
sandwiches. My friends are like, I thought we could lick the walls.
Oh man, I have a bunch of stories from your wedding.
Wait, it's so. Oh my god.
There's the church. I'm gonna
the
try to
church
pull all these
looks
up for the podcast as
beautiful.
well. That church looks
absolutely.
insane.
Oh, those are the pictures. They came out unbelievable.
Yeah, and oh my god, you guys look so amazing too, though, dude.
That was great. Oh, yeah. The train station vibes were great.
Yeah, I love, dude. Oh Jesus. Yeah, the
Wow.
Venetian
See,
is.
No, I love
Oh,
it.
here's
Listen, this
cocktail
is me
hour,
living it again. It was the best day ever.
and this is
It's one of
me
my
just
dad's friends.
just awkwardly fumbling around as the hired help. I'm just like, look at all this food, guys.
that.
Yeah, look at that's
Oh
insane.
my god! No, one of my friends were like, "Yeah, there was caviar at the ice luge." I'm like,
I don't
"You're
even remember. That.
bougie." I was like, They're like, "You're bougie." I was like, "All of it was included."
I mean, dude, look at this. Come on, look at this. Seconds.
That looked so good. Wow. See, I had the waterfall. Oh my god, this is you.
That's catching me off guard. I was like, hey, geez, warn me first before you turn the
We
camera
were
on.
just, oh my god, everybody.
Where's the dessert? Where's the dessert?
Dinner
Let me
was
see.
fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
this thing
my God.
here, I was
Yeah.
so obsessed with this.
Yeah, that
It was,
like
yeah,
bouquet, yeah.
it's insane. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Look at this.
and they're like lighting fixtures. I
Yeah,
think there's
go-
one
oh, there's
yeah.
the fruit sushi.
This is the fruit. That's strawberry with a
Stra-
banana inside.
Look at my face. I'm like, what is this?
Wow. You like it? I think. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
you're
it's
like,
just-
I don't even know what to expect.
You know what it is? My brain was expecting sushi, and then you
Yeah.
bite into it. It's just like fruit, and it's sweet, and you're kind of like, what's going on? You know, I had a few of those.
Good.
I had a few.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Really. We keep saying we need someone
Oh, the little
to get married there.
little like flutes full of Jello, and
Jello.
it was so much. Look at all these like pastries and.
A lot of people liked.
Oh, here's Ashley at the chocolate fountain.
Oh, they would have let you put anything in that chocolate fountain.
Oh, we
my
were
God.
nervous.
Ooh, the white chocolate.
Yeah, the white chocolate. I forgot about that actually until just now.
Yum.
Look, Hershey's like, can I get another one?
Please. No, it was the best day ever. It really was awesome. No, but at the Viennese hour, a couple people were sending. There was this cannoli, this massive cannoli with smaller
Yes, I
cannolis
remember the
inside of
cannoli,
it, and they
yeah.
were like, "Did you see this cannoli with tiny baby cannolis inside of it?" I was like, "It's an Italian wedding. What can you do? It's a Jersey Italian wedding. We
You
have
need
cannolis in cannolis."
You need cannoli. It's cannoliception.
Yeah, yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
But
the,
yeah.
the dessert thing was so wild.
It was great.
It was
really
nuts.
awesome.
You know what was fun for me?
Yeah.
The walk to the church,
Oh, right.
because
You
the
like
groom
that.
and the groomsmen, they're walking with swag. You know, they got a little power walk going. They got their sunglasses on. Yeah, they're walking with swag, right? Like, and anybody on the street seeing them was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're like, look at these guys.
And then there's me, right? With my 40-pound camera bag, my tripod, and my like whole like
gear, everything.
And you didn't carry my Ashley, how heavy like that rig that I have?
Oh yeah.
It's like 15 pounds maybe.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And I basically I'll record them walking away, right?
Yeah.
But now they've walked away. So now I have to
catch
run.
Up to them? Oh my God.
Not catch up. I have to go past them
right.
to now get another angle
Shot
of them walking forward. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll turn around and get like a sweeping motion. Like I got all these shots the whole way. I'm just like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. It came out
awesome. And here's the thing, like I know how it works. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
But it's like I did all this.
Yeah.
And then there's like 4 seconds of it, you know?
Yeah.
But I lost like 7 pounds.
Exactly. Well,
you know?
Listen, and then you gained it at the party,
yeah. Also,
so...
okay, true. But that's kind of the thing, you know? Yeah.
That's what you have to do. All the behind the scenes.
And you know, it's exhausting, sure, but like in the moment, like I'm sweating and shit. But like as they go by, I'm like, fuck
this
yeah,
is awesome.
you know? Like I'm like, hold on, let me get a shot right here. Like,
yeah, no, I do want to talk to you about that. So this is Alex talking about my husband and his groomsmen leaving our apartment in Hoboken and walking to the church.
To the church, yes.
Because that, like, you captured the vision that I had. Oh yeah, I did move this before. Check. Good. So I had that vision of them like walking to the church and like looking all like James Bond and cool, and you got the shot.
It was very like swag.
Yeah, but Ryan even said you guys like he was like we had a good time at our apartment, because he's very much like, wait, so these people are coming to our apartment and they're just gonna watch me get dressed? Like, I'm like, no. I'm like, this is what they
kind of.
yeah, I'm like,
kind of.
in a way, yeah.
It's like when you say it like that.
Like that's exactly what they're coming to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But he was like, no, everybody, like, you know, you obviously made it comfortable because, I mean, you're also a guy, so like. They were like, oh, he's just a dude coming to hang out in his Bulls hat. Everybody was like, they're in a Chicago Bulls. So, no, I mean, he was like, no, it was great. Everything worked out nice. So thank you for that. Thank you for
Am I wearing the... Oh, no.
No, Yankees.
I was going to put on the Bulls hat right now,
okay,
actually.
I'm a Yankee fan.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a Mets fan.
I just like the color.
You're a Yankee fan this year.
Oh, okay, I guess. This episode.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, no. So you made it very nice and easy process. I mean,
I feel like it was as far as weddings go. There's some weddings by no fault of the bride and or groom, but you know sometimes there's just these unforeseen variables that just make everything so complicated, and you know you have to figure things out. You have to. I mean, granted, Ashley said she had somewhat of a different experience than I did. You know?
Well, with us. What do you mean with the girls?
With.
Oh God. Oh, okay. Cut the tape.
She's not gonna watch this. She felt like she was kind of like bumping heads with the photographer. Meanwhile, I was with the photographer's assistant, and we were
vibing.
So much.
Yeah.
We follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah,
now.
I like that. I did. I like that.
As soon as I walked in, like.
I mean, their names are both Ashley. So.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Ashley.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause she called me and I was like, oh no, this chick's so sweet. I was like, we're hanging out, we're talking, like we're helping each other.
Yeah.
Like we were legit helping each other even.
That's Ryan said that. I love that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's good. Oh, you want to get the
Yeah. So
yeah, I know.
And honestly,
network.
I was just laughing at Ashley. Honestly, I was like, I'm having such a great experience on my end. You know,
that's so funny. No, but then I mean, it all just came together so beautifully. Excuse me. I wasn't stressed at all.
That's
I will
good.
tell you a funny story about a mishap, I guess, that nobody really would know. So it's kind of funny. It's a funny story. So once we got to the venue, we all went up in the bridal suite, and we were kind of just decompressing, and then cocktail hour was going to start. So everyone went down, and then me and Ryan were in the bridal suite, and our attendant, who was so lovely, was bringing us food. So we were really hungry at that point. It's like cocktail hour started at 6. So, it was later in the day. We're hungry. He's starving. And we sit down to eat. And I cut this like ravioli in this brown gravy sauce. And I go to bite it. And it falls on my lap. On my wedding dress. Falls on my lap. And I was like,
on the dress, or did you have?
On the dress.
No.
On the dress.
Dude.
A brown spot. And I'm like, no way. I'm like, this is, and Ryan's like about to take a bite of a lamb chop. He's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And what happened? That's crazy.
Right. So anyway, I'm like, oh my God. Like,
that's like worst case scenario.
yeah,
dude.
I'm like, we need to call the bridal attendant. And cause she had gone down to get more food. So I'm like, oh my God, it's just the two of us left alone. He's like, Casey, what do you mean? I'm like, you got to look first. So I take some like Pellegrino. On like a tablecloth, and I'm like gently kind of dabbing, right? I'm like wiping it out, and like it's making a wet spot, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, so Ryan like runs outside, and he comes back in, and he's like, Casey, I don't see anyone. He's like, the only person I see is your mom. And I'm like, don't tell my mom.
And this is cocktail hour?
This is cocktail
Oh,
hour.
no.
And she's like welcoming guests. I'm like, don't tell my mom. I'm like, we'll figure this out. So I'm actually rubbing, and it's starting to lighten up, and I'm like, okay. This is a good thing. I'm like, the stain is starting to lighten up. And then the bridal attendant comes back in with a plate full of food, and she looks at me and she's like, oh my God. She's like, I left you for not even 10 minutes. What happened?
What did you do?
So then I was like, my darling mother-in-law, she made the baskets for the bathrooms. I'm like, downstairs there are these shout wipes. Like, can you go grab one? So she ran down to the woman's room. She got one, and I did it, and it came out beautifully.
Oh,
which was a huge relief.
I can't even imagine,
but
dude.
it was right in the lap of the dress, all white.
So did you just not eat after
satin
that?
dress.
You just
No. Then Ryan was like, took a tablecloth and like wrapped it
Wrapped-
around me. He's like, we're not doing this again.
said,
It's so classic me, though. Like, this would happen.
I mean, I want to say it happens, but that's pretty bad.
That could have been a real, day ruiner for sure.
Yeah, it's all the photos.
Yeah.
Well, the photos you could Photoshop, I guess, but the video.
It's just all of it. Yeah.
And everyone like, hey.
What happened?
You know?
It would have been so embarrassing. So thank God that came out. I don't know the fabric. It was satin. It was a nice, during the whole wedding dress process, I was learning about different types of satins. Now I can't remember what they were called, but there was a specific type of satin that was like a shiny, nice satin. It was a beautiful dress. I loved it. I loved my dress. I loved the overskirt, everything. But I was like, whatever material, whatever fabric that was,
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it.
Whatever it was.
Because that, oh my God, it's so bad.
I had a mishap with a dress mishap with Ashley once at a wedding. We shot a wedding, I don't know, a couple years, maybe 3 years ago, something like that. And I don't even remember what she was doing. It might have even been before the ceremony, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was before the ceremony.
Oh, no.
It was either before the ceremony or right after the ceremony. And she walks up to me and she goes, oh my God, Alex, I just ripped my pants.
Perfect.
And I was like, no, you
What
didn't, Ashley.
happens
I was like,
next?
no. She's like, Alex, I swear to God, I'm going to start crying.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't help it. I just laughed so hard. And I was like,
the
did you
initial reaction.
really? I was like, you really ripped them?
How did that happen?
I was like, I don't know I was like, what do you want me to do? Give you my pants?
Right. You're like, I didn't bring an extra pair.
yeah.
Didn't think I was going to need
I
one.
was like, how bad is it? She's like, it's really bad, Alex. Like,
oh my God.
yeah, she was like, I could have started crying. It was pretty bad.
Okay.
But luckily, the chairs had these like black sashes wrapped around. So she just
way.
stole one and kind of wrapped it
Tied it
around
around.
herself like a dress, like a skirt.
That was smart.
Yeah. It was
Resourceful.
lucky. I'd
Lucky.
say.
Also
Lucky that it
lucky.
matched.
So she went around with this
With
tablecloth
this cool
on her.
breeze all night.
Listen,
Yeah,
you got to
I
make
mean,
it work.
It works.
Wow.
Actually, there was another almost dress mishap. Not nearly as bad, but Jenna's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No one.
Oh,
Oh, so
our
professional.
time's up.
No, it's my nephew. anytime he'll FaceTime me and just like make a face
Yeah.
and then hang up, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But
All right, we'll get that later.
yeah, yeah. So Jenna's wedding. You know Jenna, right?
Jenna's my best friend.
Oh, okay. I don't know how close.
I have known Jenna since we were in first grade, I think. Yeah.
Okay, well, Jenna's wedding, right?
no.
I mean, I don't mean to say that with the negative. It was a beautiful wedding.
No. I know.
It's just I wasn't invited to the wedding. I
Right.
was hired
You were working
for the wedding,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
but Ashley was a guest.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Ashley didn't share any of the invitation information with me because why would she?
Oh no.
Like the day before, she says, "Make sure you wear black." And I was like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
why would I wear black?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I don't even have like black. Like I don't
You
know.
don't own black?
Not like a black like.
Okay.
Oh wait, cameras.
Okay.
We got caught up.
No, this is oh gosh, yeah.
I hate when that happens.
For what, an hour?
Yeah, we just hit the hour mark. This is around the time where it starts winding down. They usually go for like an hour 20.
Right. We don't want to be that annoying, but I
Yeah.
do want to hear about this, yes.
So yeah, that's the part where like I'll put like a green screen that just says the LunchBag podcast because I lost track of time.
Okay.
But yeah, I just don't have like a black suit. Like I've got like some black slacks and stuff and like a black button down
t-shirt,
maybe, but
yeah.
like I don't have like really formal. Like I have like a really nice gray suit.
Okay.
Like a gray pinstripe suit.
Yeah,
You know,
ooh,
I've got some like navy blue like blazer, whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. I just never got around to getting a black.
Okay.
You know. And
Yeah.
the day before, she's like, "Make sure you wear black." And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because you have to wear black." And I was
Everyone
like,
has to wear black.
"Everyone." And I was like, "Says who?" And she was like, "It's on the invitation." I was like, "I wasn't invited, Ashley."
Fair.
I was like, "No one told me this the day before the wedding, dude." I
Fair.
was like, "Oh my
Fair,
god."
fair. Yeah.
So I was like panicking, like.
And what did you obviously
I wore
found
something. I don't
Yeah.
remember what I wore. I wore something, I guess, but
Well, true or false? I heard one guest showed up in like a lilac.
yes.
I don't know who that is.
And
so-
I don't know either, but
Sorry.
you know, if she's watching, I'm sorry.
She was definitely
But
a guest of someone. Like her boyfriend didn't tell her what the dress code was.
I remember
and that's
Ashley,
on him.
Ashley mentioned that, or I don't even remember. She might have even said it to me, where she was like, "Fucking Photoshop out of the pictures." Like,
Yeah. Get that out of here.
I
No,
mean,
she was very serious about her
you've
black.
got to be so uncomfortable at that point. You're the only
Stick out
person
like a
not
sore
wearing
thumb.
black.
Yeah.
I mean, you and her dad.
Right. He
With
did
the
his
red,
thing.
yeah,
Yep,
that was
yep,
really
That was
cool.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah, but as far as
yeah.
I mean, I pulled it off, I guess, or I made it
We
work.
try to avoid it.
But I
yeah.
wasn't like, you know, when you dress up, you feel, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't put together the way I want. I just threw it
see.
together.
Yeah, you
and then I felt,
did what you had, so it didn't feel
you know,
like you.
Yeah.
I get
Also,
it.
not to mention just the added pressure of being in a room, this huge like
Space.
estate
Yep.
where you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone, for the most part, knows.
Each other.
You know what I'm saying? And
Or
then
one
you're
or
just kind
another.
of there. And you're not even just there. You're awkwardly fumbling from group to group, like, "Hey, you know,
Smile.
can I?"
Yeah. And you didn't have Ashley to like work with. Yeah.
Ashley actually made it so much more difficult for me.
Oh, I'm sure. In that
Because-
situation.
No,
yeah.
no, and here's the reason why, right? Because
Okay.
I was doing video, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'll show you the clips every time. Like, you know, Ashley's a friend of Jenna's as well, so I made sure to get some footage of her too, you know.
Of course.
But also, I got footage of not her, but she found her way into a lot of
In
clips
a lot of it.
that I could not use because she would always look into the camera and go
Oh,
like that,
give the finger.
and I'm like, Ashley.
You can't do
Like
this.
the first time, it was cute, right?
Yeah.
The second time, it was funny. Now you're just fucking up the video, dude. I was like,
That's
stop, bro.
so funny. Yeah, she made it harder for
Dude,
you.
during the ceremony,
my
I'm like going down the aisle, and then I saw Ashley, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get it. Because then it became this thing where I was like, I have to get a nice shot of Ashley. You know?
Yeah.
I'm going down the aisle, and then I see Ashley, and I was like, I'm just going to like pan around and then pull back. And as I pull up to Ashley, she goes like that. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, Ashley,
You were in that. Yeah.
you know?
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Ashley.
Shout out to Ashley. We do love you. We love you.
That's why she's not in the video more. There's like one clip of her in there.
Only one good shot. I mean, it definitely, listen, doing what you do is really awesome. It's different than my, who's this? Is somebody barking? No, one of your dogs.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
thought you.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's like, that's just
I tuned them out. I
background
tuned
noise.
them out.
He's like,
Yeah.
that's just background noise. No, doing what you do, you're part of somebody's, arguably, I don't like to put all that pressure on it, but like the most important day. I don't know. I think if you put less pressure on it, it's less intimidating. Especially you're like, everyone's like in the wedding industry. Like, it's this one special day. Like, you don't want to do anything that you'd regret. Like, everything, and you're like, all right, come on. Like, relax.
Yeah, my whole thing is go with the flow and make the memories.
Right. Just have fun. Go with your gut. I had a lot of decision fatigue for sure. So at a certain point, I was just like, yes, no, yes. That.
For sure. The video, you're like, all right, sure.
I was so glad. And you guys, again, you freaking killed it.
And look at us now, I'm on a podcast.
I know. This is so fun.
Oh my God. Technically, I did your video and now you're doing my video. Look at that.
Wow. I have nothing to do with any of these things. But
well, you're you kind of have everything to do with it. You're the guest.
Wow.
Otherwise, I'd be just talking to myself in here.
I know. I'm going to get my whole family to listen. It'll be great.
Hi.
Hi.
I hope you guys like the video. Both the wedding video and this one.
I know. And then my husband will listen to it.
Oh, geez. You're going to have your family listen to this fart noise I got going on.
They'll love it. They'll love it. No, stop. They will love it.
So silly.
I know. And Ryan will listen to podcasts. So I'm going to be like,
hey, Ryan.
I'm going to be like, so did you listen to my podcast?
It's not as good as some of the other ones out there.
I know it doesn't have any March Madness tips on it. But,
yeah. I mean, should we throw some in just because?
Yeah. I predicted Duke to win.
I don't know anything about basketball.
Okay,
I don't know why I said that.
Okay. Well, I'm in 3 March Madness groups, and right now my bracket is in the top 5.
Oh.
It's early. It just started on Thursday, but I'm doing pretty well.
Oh, that's dope.
I know. I have one that I'm going to win money from if I win.
Sick.
The other one is at my work, so it's at also we'll get money from. And the third one is with Ryan's family. So it's strictly for bragging rights. And I really have to win that one. That one's arguably the most important.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The most important. So
I feel that.
I don't know much about basketball. I kind of just look and pick things here and there. But
see, I don't know much about, I was a cheerleader. I don't know much about sports.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Wow. I know. I actually knew that you were a cheerleader from listening to this podcast.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I know.
I always feel like literally I'm just posting it to the ether.
Yeah.
Like it seems like nobody's watching.
Oh.
No,
I listen.
I mean, there's a few people. Shout out to you.
Shout out
to
all our fans.
Whoever's listening. I mean, I wouldn't call them fans. They're just listening. Fans seem so arrogant.
Oh, come on.
My fans.
Yeah.
I'll be signing autographs on May 4th.
We'll be making merch and selling it.
Stay tuned for the merch, guys. I mean, a few people have asked me for merch. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it's a self-confidence thing. I'm
We'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I could tell you at least 25 people will listen.
Drop a comment.
Yeah, and drop a comment.
Hit that like. I mean,
share.
Are we ending it? Is this the ending? Hold on.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, hold on. I got the new soundboard. All right. So ready? Well, thanks for coming by, dude.
It was a pleasure.
It's nice to reconnect, I guess, or even connect for the first time since the wedding.
I know.
You know what? It's nice meeting you, actually meeting you.
Actually meeting too. The pleasure's all mine.
I don't know what to say after that, I guess. The pleasure is also all mine. All right, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and maybe subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I like that.